ladies, so today I want to give you guys an update on the semen analysis that we had done last week. So let me just paint you a little picture of how today has been. I woke up, had leftover ice cream for breakfast. I am wearing camo sweatpants and no bra. So this week has been insane. I can't even believe it. We've been like so busy. So let me start off with the semen analysis. So I guess there's a few different things they look at the semen analysis. They look to see how many sperm there are and how well they are and like how their shape is basically. So Eric had a lot of sperm, which is good. He had a really high volume, but how well they are, like their I want to say it's their motility. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but which is, you know, like the shape of the sperm, like if they have a big head, and a tiny tail, or it's, you know, it's deformed in any way or whatever, it's considered abnormal. So the percentage of abnormal sperm should be 40% or less. Eric's was 90%, which means that left us 10% normal sperm to, you know, get pregnant with, which is pretty much impossible. So even if everything on my end was fine, their chances of us getting pregnant are slim to none, just from the 10% healthy sperm that were there. So our next step is for Eric to go see a urologist. Sorry, ignore that. My dog's playing with her toys. So Eric's gonna go see a urologist in a few weeks and get things checked. My doctor said that there could be a few different things that are wrong, or that the urologist could do. One of the things was like inside of Eric somewhere, there could be, you know, on the pathway for the sperm that come out, there could be, you know, like a kink or like a loop-de-loop that basically defects the sperm and the motility. So if that's the case, maybe they can do a surgery for that, or maybe they'll put him on, I guess they put men on Clomid too. I don't know what for, if it's, you know, I guess to help the motility, I'm not sure. Anyway, the urologist will tell us that. I'm hoping it's something easy, like there's just an antibiotic that he can take that will boost his fertility. I don't know. So anyway, I looked up a few different things, and a lot of like sites and forums and whatever that I saw was that the doctor said to take like 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. So we are gonna start putting him on that until we see the urologist, and hopefully the urologist can give us some good news or some hopeful news. So after we got that report, I bawled like a baby, and it was funny because my doctor called me when I was at work, and I'm driving home. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be strong. I want to be strong for Eric and this and that. And I'm like, maybe I can just cry in the car and get it all out of my system and whatever. And I get home and I see him and I just lost it. And not because, and I don't know why. Like, I guess I'm scared. Obviously, I'm scared that we won't be able to have, you know, our own children or whatever. But all this time, I feel like I've been so selfish. I felt like all of our problems were with me and, you know, poor me, pity me, all this and that. And I really didn't think it was anything on Eric's end. I really didn't think that it would be him. I guess because all the men in his family are so fertile or something, I don't know. So when I told him that and I saw how upset he was, and, you know, and I know that he's upset for himself, but he's also upset that I'm so upset. And I really had to step back and take a look at myself and think, you know, and remember that I'm not the only one in this and the only one going through this. Just the thought of my children not having my husband's dimples or any of his traits or DNA for that matter killed me and still kills me. I mean, it's always the fear of the unknown, and I know anything can happen and whatever, but it hit me so hard that I just felt sick. Also, something that really exciting this weekend that happened that I felt was a really good distraction from all of what was going on with us was my sister-in-law had her second baby on 2 days ago. had her second baby 2 days ago. So it was really exciting, and we were so happy for them, and we were so happy to visit them and see the little baby and everything like that. What's cool about this is that my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, they tried to have a baby for 7 years, and then they decided to stop trying, you know, stop trying or whatever. They just, you know, they stopped doing Clomid and this and that, and decided to buy a house. And the first couple weeks they were in their house, they got pregnant. So that was, my nephew was born in 2012, February 14th, 2012. So anyway, then they decided like this past January that they probably should start trying again, you know, and if it happens, great. If it doesn't, then that's fine, because they were happy with the one they had, you know, just the one they had or whatever. And then the second they stopped birth control, they got pregnant again. I mean, it was the first month. So it was real, you know, they thought it was gonna take forever, and it didn't for the second one. So they now have 2 children under the age of 2, which is kind of crazy, but they are wonderful parents and they're good examples. And they also give me a little bit of hope for us. So on that note, I will end this video because I'm just rambling and not really making sense, I'm sure. I'll see you guys in my next video.